Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I've been waiting for some decent natural light to show you some swatches and unpack my purchases from the Chanel Spring Summer collection, which let me waste no time in saying I think is a lovely collection. It's one of the first collections for quite a few seasons now where I literally would have been happy to buy every single piece. I haven't bought every single piece because I can't afford that. But I think it's a really nice integrated collection, which is season appropriate, very exciting. It's the first collection for those of you who are interested, and I know some are because I've been sharing some photos on my Instagram for the last few days, and there've been a couple of questions about who's designing now. It's not a single designer anymore for the makeup as a whole. It's a group of all young women, artistic directors who collectively call themselves the Comet Collectif. But I believe this collection is designed by Valentina Lee. And yeah, let's get into it. I'm still boxed because I keep the box. Well, I quite often keep the boxes anyway, because sometimes I get rid of things after a few uses. I decide they're not for me. But I also have this superstition about not completely unboxing till I've shown you guys now what I've got. But I have been using some of the products. So I'm going to talk about the two eye palettes first because I think that's probably what a lot of people will be interested in. I think these may be the ones that sell out first. They're both limited edition. The one that's got a lot of traction on the social media is Rivage. Nice blue, brown, gold. Packaging is mirroring what we're going to get inside, which is a really, really spring-like selection, I think. And actually a really wearable selection. Obviously there's a blue in there. It's you can see I have actually dug in a little bit. I've used this palette a couple of times now. Now, it's not super pigmented. Well, let me just look up for you what they say about this palette. The collection as a whole is supposed to be based on Gabrielle Chanel's love of water. I mean, love of air, love of fire, love of water. For, they say, a glowing incandescent makeup look, accented by touches of azure blue. So you've got here four colours, three of which I describe as real neutrals. So there's a what they describe as a semi-matte taupe brown, which I guess is this one here. You can see not super pigmented on my pale skin. It's got a real glow though. Very, very pretty. It's very nice on the eye, you know, just for a one and done, honestly. A satiny champagne, which is this one, showing up a bit more. Very, yeah, well, very champagne. Then the beautiful, they describe it as light turquoise. I'd say it was a real azure blue. It's got a slight kind of silvery shift. Really pretty on top of the browns, actually, as a kind of highlight on the mobile lid. You don't have to go all blue with this, which is what I really like. And then they've got what I would describe as a topper. They say a transparent shade. Feels a bit gritty, and I think you can see it's almost kind of laminated. And there is a bit of fallout, quite a lot of fallout on it, actually, which is described as pink and gold shimmer. So really pretty. This topper works well on top of other shades. Less in this palette, I would say, than the other palette that I'm going to show you in a moment, particularly if the colours on the other palette are a bit too much on their own, as it were. I'm just going to take my watch off to give myself a bit more room to show you the colours. There's the taupe. There's the champagne. There's the blue. And there's the topper, which looks quite glittery there. So, a very wearable palette. Not, as you can see, super pigmented, but you can do a lot with it. I'm really pleased with it. Definitely a keeper for me. Now, I was far less sure about getting the other quad. In fact, I was not going to get it because I'm not really a fan of the pinks and reds, which this one is. Is this called True Coral Treasure? So very much in keeping with the theme, obviously. And we're going to get mainly corals and oranges here. And I thought this is not going to be very wearable. And I haven't really got down to much experimentation here. But I watched, was it Angela Rose? Or I watched somebody applying it. And yeah, it was Angela Rose, who I think her channel is called French for the Day now. She's done about 3 videos already on the products from this season's offering, and they're really useful. Well, I think so. She does really pretty wearable looks, and particularly shows how to use the illuminator. The other video that I found really useful is from a professional makeup artist called Cherie Voyage. I'll try and remember to link them down below. Who she didn't buy this palette, she bought the other one, but she shows, you know, how to take it from very everyday to a more dramatic conceptual look, and again talks about using the products to enhance how your skin looks. So what have we got here? We've got the Shimmering Lilac Pink, which is this one here, which is truly beautiful. I think I would have got, in the end, the palette just for this one. A Soft Coral Orange, which I think is this one. It is very orange. I'll be interested to see how that is. Luminous Matte Pink. And a Satiny Apricot Orange. I might have got the 2 oranges the wrong way around. So, a much more kind of summer look. I think this is going to look gorgeous on dark skin, let me say from the outset. That pink is not showing up too well there. But it is a really gorgeous topper. She says, from the videos that I've watched, I haven't actually used this one yet. I'm going to experiment later today. So I don't know if I'll be as keen on that one. As I say, it was only when I saw some videos showing actually some very pretty looks with it that I thought, I can't miss that. I was also going to miss the Illuminating Powder. Here it is. This is called Lumière de l'Océan. And the reason was that I had one of the big oversized ones in pearly white very recently. I thought I can't justify another. This is the more normal size. But again, Angela Rose did for me here because she showed it and talked about how adaptable it was. So beautiful. I think slightly dirty fingers here. I have used this. There we go. Now, I think it was Cherie Voyage probably who explained the difference between a highlighter and an illuminating powder, although you can use them very similarly. This is supposedly suitable to go all over the face, over or under foundation or whatever complexion where you use to give a soft illuminating glow. I think a lot of us tend to use more liquid products for that purpose, and a highlighter is supposed to go directly on those, high points of the cheeks, nose, lips, cupid bow, whatever that you want to define. Angela Rose will give some tips about using this, combining it with the other things, using fingers. She's definitely right. If you tap on with fingers, you get a very different look to a brush application. It really is very pretty. It kind of shifts. It's not really showing up there too well. I wonder if I do the other arm, the paler skin, and just moving my arm, you can't see, but as I move towards the window, it shows up far more. Yeah, there we go. You can really see the sheen there, and it kind of shifts between pink and a kind of purpley lilac-y blue. So really pretty. Is it that different from the oversized one that I bought a while ago? If I can, which I have to say I've barely used. I can't even get out the box at the moment. There we go, put it out this side. I always pick the wrong side. It's like when you're getting tablets. So this was just called Pearly White Symbols. I mean, you can definitely see that this one looks creamier. And definitely less shift in it than the Ocean one. It's rather softer, and it's definitely more gold. There we go. So I think you can see. Makeup fiends will say anything to justify their purchases, won't they? But they're definitely quite different. They are. Whether you need both of them is entirely another matter. It depends a little bit on how much you like highlighter. I do, or illuminating powder, as we're supposed to call it now. There's loads more in the collection. There's one of the sticks, the illuminating sticks that they do now. I was really tempted by that. It looked very pretty, but honestly, I've got a couple of those already, and although I do use them, they're going to last forever because there's so much product. So I didn't give in. There's a blue eyeliner, but it isn't really an exact match at all for the blue in the Rivage palette, so I didn't go for that. There's a blush, which is a split blush between coral and pink, very similar to one I think they did 2 years ago. I should have dug it out because I've still got it and use it. So I didn't get that, and I had also bought the blush from the Les Beige collection, which I'm enjoying using, so I didn't want another powder blush. There are several lip products, but I'm on a bit of a lipstick ban at the moment. There was nothing outstanding. Of course, I had to get the nail polishes. I am wearing Lagoon, which I think the nail fiends will want to get because I haven't got anything like this exactly in my Chanel collection, so it definitely is a new shade. Very pretty, very summery, really. It's a pearlized blue. I'm wearing it at the moment. Now, I applied on Thursday night, and that's chipped this morning. I do find that pearlized, this is 2 coats with a top coat, by the way, pearlized shades tend to wear less well on me generally, not just Chanel, any make. There's obviously something in the pearly procedure that makes them wear less well. If I wasn't a ridiculous Chanel nail polish fiend, I wouldn't have got the other, which is called Sundrop, because I think this is a much more generic colour. I'd call this a kind of dull coral. I thought, oh gosh, there'll be loads that are like that. And I pulled out a few recent kind of pinky apricot-y corals that we've had, not even going back into the past. Of course, none of them are exactly the same. That's coquillage. It's a sea drop. No, pastel sand. I thought this was quite similar, actually. But you can definitely see this is deeper. These two, definitely pinkier. These are sea whip and rose coquillage. And what's this one? Cap Coray, which is a fairly recent one. I just have to shake them up, which quite similar, but yet again. I'd be interested to see, I might try this one next, whether this is a bit dull on the next to my skin tone. So I'm not so far wild about it, but as I say, I haven't worn it yet. It's definitely goes with the collection and is very seasonal. So no complaints from me. I think it's a lovely collection. I'm sure loads of you will be buying a piece. I suspect that eye palette is going to be popular, but I do think the Illuminating Powder is really, really pretty and quite versatile. So if you're in the market for a illuminating powder, that's a good one to get. Loads of great videos out there on YouTube of people applying this collection, doing really beautiful eyes. On the Chanel website in the UK, they're not featuring the collection page, or it's quite difficult to find it at the moment. You can find the products in New Creations, I think. I suspect that's because they're not yet in the shops. They're on the website, and then when it goes live in the shops, they'll do a splurge on the collection as a whole. I hope so, because it's really worth featuring. But they have got some photographs of the Rivage palette, just gorgeous, on an Asian eye, but the most beautiful look. I haven't managed to recreate it as yet, but I have to have another try. I'm hoping that they will do some little promo videos of doing a makeup with the collection, because I always enjoy those and find them really helpful. Anyway, I'll be interested to see what you all think. As I say, I haven't been as excited about a Chanel seasonal collection for quite a long time. I do think this is a really great debut for the Comet Collective and Valentina Lee. Just a really nice collection. Anyway, I shall see you all again soon. Until then, bye for now.